I feel that this may not be across the board for everyone, but as a Leo woman, I think dating a Virgo man was my canon event to greater things. You know what I mean? To a real life glow up. And I think that's as close as I was gonna get to reenacting the toxic relationship that my mother had with my father. Um, Granted, she was a Scorpio and he was a Libra, so I can only assume the equivalent would be a Leo and a Virgo. And I gotta say it was a canon event because it really did change how I view men. It changed how I view my life. It changed how I viewed how I wanted my relationships to go. I think, granted, there was someone before him that did much bigger impact, but I think this was more of a canon event. You know what I mean? Um, just in the premise of of having that be my last straw of dating within the environment that I was in. Because I will say I was still under the impression that I was mistakenly under the impression that I was gonna find my true love in a place where I never wanted to stay in. I think there was that small part in my brain and my heart that thought I was gonna have somebody come and save me and basically take me where I wanna go. When in reality, the person I was looking for was already here, and she did that. She did that with very minimal romantic help, other than I need to stun on these hoes. I need to be able to show that these motherfuckers could never know me for real. Because the biggest thing about it was being with somebody who thought that you would never leave. You know what I mean? And I am my father's daughter. The DNA is there. I will dip on a hoe faster, faster and harder when they try to tell me that I wouldn't. You know? Call it stubborn, but at the end of the day, if you're already trying me in my face and trying to act like I'm gonna sit there and take it, that's a you problem. I might be stubborn, but you're stupid. You're dumb as fuck for thinking and believing that I should and would just sit there in your face and take whatever you feel like dishing out. If it's gonna hurt me, if it's gonna help me, whatever it is, you are sorely mistaken and stupid for it. I have my mother's genes as well. She is a ride or die to some degree, and that is her problem, because I too feel that devotion, but I'm not gonna give that to just any loser bitch that's lonely. Like, I get lonely too. I have loser tendencies too, but I'm not gonna sit here and embrace the misery and offer no solutions. One thing about me, call it the Leo in me, maybe it's the Leo in me, and you know what, God bless. Because if this is Leo, I don't want to be nothing fucking else. I would rather die than ride for any of you loser, lonely ass bitches. Like y'all hate your lives and want somebody to sit there and there with you and offer no solutions and have them be just as miserable with you. Oh my God. Maybe I'm a bitch, but I'd rather be a bitch than be miserable. So I gotta admit, that man did one thing right, and that was provoke me to shift my mindset to something that benefits me better. Benefits me and my loved ones better, because I am paving a road and path from people that I care about to benefit from. Ideally, if they really want to, they could. But yeah, I'm like, as far as just shifting my mindset about men as a whole, I did have a benefit of the doubt. But once you're upfront and personal with that shit, and they keep snitching on themselves, it's like, wow, there is no reason to give them the benefit of the doubt, girl. They have to prove it. They really, really do. Like decades of misogyny, decades of genuine mismanagement of women from men. And yeah, y'all have a lot of work to do. Like, you're acting like you don't take on your forefathers' trauma and then reenact it. Like, I think it's fucking incredible and weird because y'all will sit there and have the dream of being just as disappointing as your father was, but do nothing. Know that it's wrong and do nothing about it. Like, it's so fucking weird. But it's also like, okay, yeah, I was under the impression that, you know, you just love somebody enough. You find the Gomez to your Morticia. I am finding the Gomez to my Morticia. It just simply was not where I was. And being in that relationship burst that bubble. Very proud of myself for allowing it to be burst. And I gotta say, I'm grateful for his activities, because one thing a man is gonna do is open your eyes. One thing a man's gonna do is open your eyes, because the minimum behavior, the bare minimum treatment helped me remember that I know what the fuck I want. And I know how to go get it. And it's not even just about a relationship. It's just like, I was thinking that I had to do something. I was thinking all out of order. I thought I had to, you know, try to do work and romantic relationship, when in reality, there was no one in my vicinity who was capable of meeting me where I'm at and taking us both higher. That's just brass tacks. That's just brass tacks. As much as I wish it were true, it wasn't. If it were true, it would have happened. The only way I was capable of being taken higher was to be looking at those lessons, those people in the form of those lessons in the form of people, and elevate myself, because, and take the lessons and tell people what I've learned. And at the end of the day, I think it is also like a personal path kind of thing too, because just the way, I mean, astrologically, someone else can break that down for you, but from my personal experiences, to recognize that I grew up in a place I didn't want to stay in and still thought that I would find my match, it was flawed. It was fucking flawed. Everybody there hated being there, and everybody there has their own way of going about coping with that. And I just knew I was not trying to stay there. And I was hoping I would be able to be my partner and we could both get out of there. But at the end of the day, the partner I really needed and wanted was me all along. And I'm gonna find somebody who can match my freak and my ability to grow somewhere else. It doesn't really matter if I meet them where I'm going. It doesn't really matter if I meet them on the way. I just know I'm gonna meet them. I probably already did, but just the ability to grow with me, or rather than on top of me or aside from me, like just the ability to just be a cool person. I don't know, but I do know that was a canon event. I'm reaching that point now where I'm able to let it go in a way where it's just like, I can still hate, but I still understood what that did for me. He was a bitch, but I needed a bitch in my life to show me how to not be a bitch. Right.